Good morning. It is November 23rd, Thanksgiving, and we are here at Fitzpatrick Stadium for the 111th Thanksgiving Day Classic between the Deering Rams and your Portland Bulldogs. This is Steve Schwartz with Dave Levine and Jeremiah Spradley on camera for WPPS TV3. Well, Dave, the Dogs come off a disappointing state championship. Deering lost this game last year 37-0, but they've had a different season and they made it to the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. They have a brand new coach. They have a brand new offensive philosophy. A lot of younger players, a lot of juniors that are on this team that are just trying to learn this position, and they came away with a 4-win season for a team that really shouldn't have won more than a game, maybe two all year. So they kind of overachieved a little bit this year, which was great to see. They put up a fight in their playoff game against Westbrook. They came up a little bit short, but they had, I think, in all minds, they had a very successful season.
Yeah, and they were led by, I think, Joe Foley, a really tremendous running back, and he, just really, frankly, was lights out this year.
Yeah, he touched the ball all the time, and he is just a tank when he gets it.
He had 146 rushing yards. They played Westbrook twice at the end of the year in a row, the second in the playoffs. He had 146 yards rushing on 30 carries in the next to last game. That was a loss to Westbrook, 29-12. And then in their playoff loss, 30-22, he had both a 39-yard run and a 48-yard touchdown catch from Tavian Latour, their quarterback. So he is really the person to look for on offense. When he gets a hold of that ball, he's hard to bring down.
Absolutely. He runs through tackles. He stays low to the ground. He's not that tall of a kid, but he's very stout, very strong, keeps the legs going. We're going to see him all over the field on offense, touching the ball, and on defense. He's going to play cornerback, and he's going to be all over the field there, too.
So Portland has won the last 7 out of 9 meetings. The series overall, folks, is 61 wins for Portland, 42 for Deering, and 7 ties. Deering last won it 4 years ago in a 23-13 contest. You might notice I'm adorned both in Portland High School regalia and Deering regalia. Why is that? Well, our kids both went to Portland High School. That's certainly where my heart is. But we both graduated from Deering, and as we say so often, when the Portland teams play each other, the Portland schools cannot lose. And we're going to bring you all of the exciting action in a moment. It's Senior Day as well. So here come the Portland Bulldogs, huffing and puffing for that turkey and stuffing. So for the last time this season, the Portland Bulldogs will break a banner. And we'll bring you Senior Day festivities in a moment. They're recognizing the seniors from Deering High School. Miles Hibbard, Jack Karen, Pedro Lombi, Dylan Graney, Nevan Hansen, Archie Rubin, Cameron Teal. Those are the seniors for Deering High School who will play their last game today. And now the senior cheerleaders and football players will be recognized for Portland High School.
And his staff for going above and beyond in support of our teams. And thank you, Coach Calvin Cohen and Chelsea Brooks. Families, as each player is announced, please come forward to accept a small token of our program's gratitude and your support.
This is Senior Day here at Portland High School, whereas Deering has likely had theirs at their home field.
And she's going to be joined
That's Amelia Faustino,
with her cheer family.
the first senior cheerleader coming through. And she'll be joined by family and friends.
Our next cheerleader is senior Emily Patton.
Emily Patton is the next senior cheerleader.
She's being joined by her mother Sarah and Ted.
Each senior is going to pose with a family member or friend or both, and those pictures will be memorialized and at some point given. Callie Coyne and Kelsey Brooks are the head cheering coach and assistant cheering coach respectively, both Portland High School graduates.
Now our senior football players.
And here come the senior football
Captain Regan Buck.
players. First, number 5 is Captain Regan Buck.
He is accompanied by his mother Danielle and father Mike.
And he's accompanied by his parents. He suited up today, which is really nice to see. He, got a tough break. I think shortly into the season, breaking his collarbone, and that did affect the Bulldog season, no doubt, although they did very, very well
Number 10,
overall.
Captain Miles Hang.
Number 10,
Stacy,
another captain, along with Buck, is Miles Hang, and he'll be joined by his family in a moment.
next senior is number 11, Benicio Collins Rico.
Benicio Collins Rico, number 11, is the next senior being honored. He'll be with coach and several players. You talk about football team being a family, and it really is. And Coach Green really spoke about that in the paper to Steve Craig.
Father John and Father Alex.
It's Justin Charles. Actually, that's Jack Martin, number 14. The large contingent on the field.
Younger brother Alex is out there with him, Steve.
Next senior is number 19, Captain Hunter Temple.
Sometimes family really is family on a football team. And here's number 19, Hunter Temple. Oh my goodness.
Hunter's not going to let the cheerleader show him up. And we saw Emily Patton do the same thing. Hunter's really taken over when Regan went down and really helped carry this team to state final.
Number 24 is Joey Baker.
Joey is one of those unsung defensive backs that play for this team. He comes in and just makes plays.
So, we don't have a huge crowd here. There's a lot of cars actually on the bridge over the 295, and
Next senior is number 27, Captain Braden Wales.
Braden Wales, number 27 captain, is next.
By his mother Lisa.
And he's here with his mom and some others. But as is tradition on Thanksgiving morning, many of the Portland fans will be sauntering over from Howie's, and many of the Deering fans will be sauntering over from Forest Gardens. And of course, Rick Piacentini retired, but is a tremendous loss. His passing this year, a fixture of the Portland community and the Deering community. And next up is number 33, Devin Hall. So we expect as the game goes on that the crowd will get bigger.
It's a beautiful day. People will come out for this, Steve.
Number 35 is Quinn Bruce, another senior that we will recognize, although he's not here. Next up, I think, will be Isaac Alkafaji, but we'll see.
Next senior is number 52, Isaac Alkafaji.
I mean, you look at some of the players that are graduating, Steve. You got players like Alkafaji. You've got Braden Wales. Those are two stalwarts in your defense. Jack Martin is also there. So this team is losing some talent, but next year they still have a bunch of players.
Henry Spencer,
number 53, Henry Spencer, another integral member of the defense, especially. Also offensive guard.
Our next senior is number 54, Owen Swanson. 55 is Mona Aaron and Arlen Davis.
Number 54 is Owen Swanson. There are a lot of seniors on this team, Dave.
There are, yeah. Owen Swanson starts at left guard for us. Henry Spencer is one of those kind of jack of all trades types of players. Plays everywhere on the line. Plays everywhere on the defensive line. Very important role player on this team.
Next up, number 56, Chris Gillies.
Another one of those line substitutes. He plays center. He plays linebacker. He's a key rotational player, keeping everybody fresh. When you have to play both ways, a lot of these kids, you get a little tired. So when you have backups there that are starter quality coming off the bench, that makes a big difference to this team.
Number 57 is Anthony LaBoy. Another two-way starter.
Yeah, starting left tackle, protecting the blind side of Louis Thurston. Did a tremendous job this year. He's one of the reasons this team went as far as it did, because he was able to block that rush end all the time and gave Louis time to do what he needed to do back there.
Number 59 is 6'1", 260-pound Mustafa Mohammed.
Another one of those role players. He plays a lot of different positions on defense, usually right up the middle, plays nose tackle, sometimes switches out to defensive tackle, again helps out on the offensive line when needed. He's one of those, another key role player.
And look at the players line up to pose with Mustafa.
Our next senior is number 67, Anthony Royos.
Clearly the Portland High School football family. Next up is number 67, Anthony Royas.
Again, plays tackle for Portland, plays defensive tackle, kind of that rush end type of player. He's in and out of the lineup a lot.
Number 72, Douglas Mahano. Everybody's one Maria.
Number 72 is Douglas Mahano. Douglas has been a kicker, a guard, defensive lineman.
And the entire team is going to be in his picture.
Oh, God, that's just terrific. And that is the last senior being honored. We should be back with the kickoff next.
So captains coming out to the field for the coin toss. For Deering, you have number 5, Tavian Latour, who is their quarterback. He's a junior. Number 75 also for Deering is Deshaun Lamore. He's an offensive tackle, defensive tackle. Number 54 is Cristiano Silva, who is a guard and a defensive tackle. And for Portland, you have the same captains we've had all year: Regan Buck, Miles Hang, Hunter Temple, and Braden Wales. It's interesting that for Deering, 3 of the captains are juniors, so they do have a very young team. They're only graduating a handful of players. And for a 4-4 team that Class B got to the playoffs, they ended up losing to Westbrook in a close game in the first round. But they could actually grow next year. They have a first-year coach, Brendan Scully, who is trying to instill a different thought philosophy for them, and it's going to take them a little bit to get there. But you could tell this year was a building. Portland did win the toss. They deferred to the second half. They're going to kick off from right to left to Deering. The other captain for Deering was number 66, Archie Rubin. He is a senior, another lineman for them. So this being the last game for a lot of these seniors, you're going to see a lot of different things on the field. You'll see some different plays, some things that you don't normally see in a normal football game. This is an exhibition game. It doesn't count this year. It hasn't counted since, I think, the mid-'60s, Steve?
That's right, 1967. One of the oldest crosstown rivalries in the country, and now we'll have the national anthem. The kickoff next on WPPS TV3. So as we get ready for the kickoff, and Cole, let's see if it's who's kicking off today. Well, actually, I think it's 84 kicking off, though. I think
So
that's,
that's Bouchard.
Justin Bouchard.
Okay.
It's picked up at the 15 and brought out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah.
Massive hit there.
Lissandro Rodriguez came out and just ran over Pedro Lombi, who took that ball back. Big hit at the 25.
But an 18-yard return for Lombi. And now it'll be 1st and 10 with the ball at the 25-yard line. So Tavian Latour will line up in the gun. And right up the middle, a big hole right there for number 46, Joey Foley, the star running back for Deering.
Yeah, Foley is going to touch the ball a lot today. Good 7-yard gain to start. I think it's going to take a couple plays for Portland to kind of get going here. Kind of a big letdown from last week, Steve.
I know. That was a big hole, though, opened up there by Deshaun Lamore and others on the Deering line. Alone in the backfield, the jet sweep. There's Foley, and he's chased down by Hang, who got a hand on him and took him down.
Yeah, Hang came out there like a shot. Saw that play the whole way, came from the left side of the defense, ran across the entire formation, and was able to tackle running back there for a 1-yard loss on what looked like wide open field.
So it's going to be 3rd and 5 to go. The ball on the 31-yard line. Latour has one in the backfield with him. He's got 2 split wide. And nothing doing, as everybody was in there, but number 1 in there was number 50, Colin Kelly.
Yeah, between Kelly and Henry Spencer, they saw that play the whole way. They weren't going to let that little draw play fool them.
So Temple is going to be back to receive. The Deering punter, I believe, is, well, it looks like 45, 46 perhaps, would be Foley. Foley is the punter.
Yeah, ball came out weird there. I don't know if it was tipped or not, but it kind of helicoptered out of bounds. Only a 10-yard punt, Steve. And that's going to set up Portland perfectly on the on their 37, on the Deering 37.
We got a chance to see Louis Thurston in the backfield with him, Aiden McGowan. Everybody lined up on the right side. Temple came through on the sweep, and a nice tackle by Foley. I have a feeling we're going to be calling his name all over the place today.
Foley is the key running back for this team. He plays linebacker. He's fast. He's strong. He plays everywhere on this field.
That's no gain, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Actually, I'm sorry. Foley plays cornerback.
McGowan, the signature play with, but coming in there were many in there. Pedro Lombi ultimately brought him down there, but great penetration by Deering. Tavian Latour was in there as well.
Yeah, Deshaun Lamore really blew that play up, Steve. Senior captain just really saw the play, was able to split the blocks on the line, and dove through and forced McGowan to go a direction he didn't want to go.
It's 2nd and 9. He gets credit for 1 yard. Excuse me, 3rd and 9. Play action, right side, and Temple tried like heck. Bobbled it a little bit and almost coming in for the interception, Zeke DeWeaver, I believe, if I am correct on who we saw down. I'm not sure if we saw number 1 or if it was Tavian Latour, number 5. or if it was Pedro Lombi. Those names are going to get called a lot today on both sides of the ball. Deering with not a lot of depth. You can see it out there now, that the dichotomy in the size of the sidelines. But it's 4th and 9, and Portland's going to go for it. At least try. They drew an offsides as Gurnet Balulu stepped over.
Little hard count, get him a free 5 yards, sets up now 4th and 4, which is a much more reasonable down for them to get. You kind of knew they were going to go hard count, try to get something cheap, free. They're okay with that. They're going to bring in a different package now. Lissandro Rodriguez is coming in and for Joey Baker. So we've seen this package before, Steve. This is Wildcat. They're going to run. They'll run their big Jones out of the backfield. McGowan's going to split out.
It's so interesting because if that's what happened, it's all like Vince Lombardi said, they can know what we're going to do, but they still have to stop us. And this time, Jones is close, but I think held.
I don't think he quite make it. The spot on the far side of the field is definitely short by at least a half yard.
Yeah, and the spot on our side is even a yard shorter than that.
Yeah.
So a nice defensive effort there by Deering High School. They'll take over on downs. 1st and 10. The ball will be placed, I believe, on their own 27-yard line. 28-yard line. 1st and 10 on the 28. So, with 2 split wide, 1 in the backfield, Latour will be in the gun here. Foley, oh my gosh, is he hard to bring down. That's an 8-yard pickup.
Simple power run right up the middle, running through the A-gap between the center and the guard. They just pushed everybody out of the way, and Foley stays very low to the ground. He's not a tall kid. He's rather short, but he is stocky and just a bruiser. Keeps the legs going, always moving forward.
It'll be 2nd and 8. The ball on the 36-yard line. Excuse me, 2nd and 2. And we're going to have a timeout. Deering, they're going to talk it over with just under 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. The score, 0-0. So coming off the timeout, it'll be 2nd and 2. A little bit of a different formation now with 2 split wide right. Latour looks to the left, and he is going to be sacked by Henry Spencer.
Yeah, if he had an extra second, there was a free receiver running down the left side of the field. I think it was Foley that came out of the backfield on a little wheel route, and no one picked him up coming down the sideline. But I know he was looking to the right side where it was single coverage on his 2 receivers, and there was nothing doing.
So that was a 6-yard loss, and that makes it 3rd and 8. The ball on the 30-yard line. Will they go with what has worked all year, or will they throw? Which has also worked on occasion for Deering. Latour airs it out. Oh, I think we're gonna have I'm surprised if we don't. So there's no flag, and I guess the Deering player just tripped up.
Yeah, Hang and I think that was Santino Calavaro. Both just got their feet tangled up coming down the middle. The ball was actually thrown to the outside. There was pressure, so I'm not exactly sure which receiver he was looking for. I think he was just trying to get it away before he got sacked.
That was Elijah Stewart who went down. Elijah Stewart, we had a chance to talk with his family before the game and have talked to them a couple of times. The shit takes a nice Deering roll all the way down to the 27.
Yeah, that was a great punt.
So Foley does it with his legs in many ways. He can run, he can kick, and yes, he can catch too.
Yeah, that first punt must have been tipped because that was a very good punt. Flipped the field. Portland is way deep in their end now. They're going to have to get some offense going here.
1st and 10 on the 27-yard line. Thurston, one with him in the backfield, and it's McGowan, but oh my goodness. There was so much penetration, and ultimately the tackle was 75 and 60, which was Tristan Harmon and a name that we've called several times already today, Deshaun Lamore. So that's a 1-yard loss for McGowan. Gives him a net 0 early into this first quarter. So the Portland line uncharacteristically allowing penetration. Deering, a big line, playing with a lot of passion today. Thurston rolls out, bootleg left, and he's going to hold on to it and pick up.
He'll pick up a couple. Yeah, I think he was looking downfield. Thurston doesn't really keep it a lot. He doesn't run, but he certainly was able to pick up a couple yards coming around the outside. Good defense again by Deering. Good penetration. Forced him to go much deeper than he wanted to, and that really threw off the timing for the receivers.
So he picks up about 3. Get some of it back. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Ball's on the 28. I guess maybe picked up 1. Here we go. Completion to Temple. He gets the first down. He is off to the races, folks. It's going to be a touchdown. There are no flags.
72 yards, Steve. We've seen Temple do it all year. He catches the ball, he makes a couple of people look silly, and just turns on the jets and is gone. He was untouched on a little wide receiver screen that had no business going that far. He is just a special player.
And Justin Bouchard now in for the extra point. He's been relatively money this year, aside from a few misses and really a couple of blocks.
It's such a nice feeling to have a good kicker behind you, knowing that when you score, you're more than likely getting 7.
There's a flag. It's an offsides against Deering. Now the question becomes whether or not Portland will go for 2. They're going to bring in a different package now.
Yeah, that brings them a lot closer. So they are going to go for 2 with the ball on the 1-yard line. In this line, they're probably just going to go Wildcat again.
There've only been 2 penalties in this game, and they are both Deering's so far, which actually is something good to see because that was something that really hurt the Dogs in the last few games of the year. Although they still won 2 out of 3 of their playoff games.
So Braden Wales is setting up as the running back behind Thurston, and they're going to give Wales the carry, and he just got stuffed.
Yeah, I mean, and that was a monster stop by 56.
Yeah, I don't see him on the list.
Well,
yeah, they gave Braden a shot. He's been playing defense all year, very rarely gets in on the offensive formations, but they figured with an exhibition game, you give your seniors a touch, you give them a chance, and the line just couldn't do it for him to get that 2 points for him.
I can say that Elijah Stewart, number 6, was also in on that tackle. So with 5 minutes and 6 seconds left, the score is 6-0 Portland. And the kickoff will take place in a moment. Lined up deep will be Pedro Lombi on the right, and on the left will be Joe Foley. And here comes Bouchard now. If it is Bouchard, I think it is.
Yeah.
Picked up at the 19. And a nice tackle by Colin High on special teams, as that ball was carried by Zaid Smith.
Yeah, a little shorter kick. Colin Lannon has a much bigger leg than Bouchard does. Bouchard is far more accurate than Lannon. So between the two of them, they have a pretty good special teams kicking department.
It looks like Lannon is not here today.
Yeah, so Lannon's a junior, so he'll be back next year. And Bouchard is a freshman, so he'll be here for quite a few more years.
1st and 10, ball on the 31-yard line. Latour rolls left, pitches to Foley, and a whole really host of Portland players. The second in gets the tackle. That's Cordell Jones.
Yeah, Foley, Miles Hang had Foley dead to rights in the backfield, but one quick stutter step to the outside, he was able to cut in and was able to turn what would have been a 2-yard loss into a 4-yard gain.
Well, it will be 2nd and 6. The ball placed at the 35-yard line. 4.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. The Bulldogs are up 6-0 in the 111th running of the Thanksgiving Day Classic. Steve Schwartz, Dave Levine, Jeremiah Spradley on camera for WPPS TV3. Latour has a little convo with Pedro Lombi, who goes left and now is in motion. And another pitch to Foley, and boy, is he hard to bring down. He gets the first down.
Yeah, that's going to come back, Steve. When Lombi came in motion, he came straight across the formation, but turned upfield before the snap. So that's going to be a legal procedure on Deering. They just didn't. He just didn't wait a half a beat before turning upfield to try to set his block.
Folks, I can't tell you how great it is to have somebody with real knowledge doing a game with you like Dave Levine. It's just great. This year we've had the pleasure of having Mike Rutherford for a game.
Yeah, Mike was awesome. He was really fun to do a game with. Well, he knows the offense. He installed a lot of these plays, so he's very knowledgeable and can see by formation exactly what play is coming.
Well, right, he's done it before, but you're no slouch, my friend. It is 2nd and 11 now. The ball on the 30. So a spot penalty.
Oh boy, that
goodness.
the timing on that was completely off.
Spencer has his 2nd sack of the game, and it is a doozy.
Yeah, the snap came back, Steve, and the quarterback caught it, but nobody else on Deering really moved. You saw Joey Foley in the backfield, and he just stood there as the ball hit the quarterback's hands. And then the whole timing of that looked off. I don't know if the center snapped it early or no one understood what the snap count was, but that was a tremendous mistake.
9-yard loss, 3rd and 19 now. The ball on the 22-yard line, and Latour's going to come back, but he's got so much pressure. Oh my gosh, in and out of the hands of, I think, Braden Wales.
Yeah. He saw a lot of green field in front of him, just couldn't quite get up high enough to get that ball. The pressure came in, and falling away, Latour tried to just throw an inside screen. It was a middle screen they were trying to set up, and he airmailed his receiver by about 3 feet over his head, and Wales just couldn't get up for it.
There are 3 awards after the game, but if we had to say who the MVP of the first quarter is, I'd give it to Henry Spencer with 2 sacks.
Oh.
Whoa, got it off.
Good punt, too, under pressure.
Yeah, and Temple picks it up, but cannot escape the grasp of Miles Hibbard.
That was a high snap, threw off the timing again. Lissandro Rodriguez, I don't know how he didn't block that. He was right there. The punt just kind of squeezed through his arm and leg as he kind of jumped for it and somehow got downfield.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Dogs' own 43-yard line. Temple in motion. McGowan goes off tackle right here, and he has a nifty gain of about 7, maybe even 8. We'll see what the spot is.
Yeah, good block by Cordell Jones out on the edge, trying to push the defensive back far outside. McGowan saw it, ran in right behind him, was able to pick up a couple extra there at the end.
So it'll be 2nd and 3. Just talking about that too, Cordell Jones is really one of their star players, and unselfish, doing what's being asked of him, throwing that nice block.
Wildcat again.
There's a flag.
Gonna be false start on Portland.
That's Portland's first penalty today, versus 3 for Deering.
Yeah, and all the penalties so far, this is 4 penalties that have all been pre-snap penalties, whether it's a false start or an offsides or a motion type penalty. They're all just fundamental things right now. They're not the holds or the pass interferences or things like that.
2nd and 7 now. The ball on the 46. Temple in motion, and Jones keeps it and fights very hard, gets the first down. So he picks up about 7 for that.
Good run off the left side there. Running behind Anthony LeBoy and Owen Swanson out there.
1st and 10, ball on the 46 now of Deering. Jones is coming over to the sideline, and they could have a little blood, is what it looks like, or there's something with his equipment, so he'll miss at least this play. I'm not really sure. There's not really a trainer. We don't see Ryan Lucas going up to him right now. Whoever is, yes, he's looking at him now. So 1st and 10, ball on the 46, Temple in motion. That signature play with McGowan up the middle. Boom. Okay, he's down.
Good 20-yard run. They just powered it right up the middle. That offensive line blew open a hole, and McGowan was able to get 20 up the gut.
Portland always a threat to break away, too. And they almost did that time. 1st and 10, ball on the 26, Temple in motion. This time he takes it, and he turns and goes upfield and gets a nice gain, as in on the tackle will be Tavian Latour and Pedro Lombi.
Good 7-yard pickup there on 1st down for Hunter. They put him in motion a couple times and haven't given him the ball. This time they do.
So 2nd and 3, ball on the 19-yard line. Temple back to throw. Oh my goodness. As time expired,
Isaac Al-Kafaji.
Oh, Kafaji, okay.
They threw Al-Kafaji the ball from the tight end position. He released on a little wide receiver throw. He threw a jump ball up to him, a little underthrown. He was open deeper. Ball hung up a little bit in the wind and just couldn't come down quick enough for Al-Kafaji to grab that. So that's twice we've seen plays like that, Steve, where they've gone to players that usually don't line up for them in the offense. They went once for Braden Wales at the goal line there, and then they went this time deep to Al-Kafaji, who really doesn't play offense for them. He's just that defensive end.
Very creative offense run by Coach Green and numerous assistants: Nick Cleach, Mike Marston, Ethan Strump, Chris Ferguson, Mike Ellis, John St. Pierre, Raphael Salamone, Chapin Lapel, Mark Wilds, Rocco Navarro, who got the volunteer award this year, Ganley, Donnie Gillies, and Wes Davis. So just a swarming defense there. And I don't believe that's going to be any sort of a pickup.
No, he got about 5 or 6 there, Steve, on the outside. He just kept battling and battling and battling. Brought it down to about the 11-yard line, so Portland can pick up a first down here.
And they do. They move the chains here.
So we've seen that play before with Hunter Temple throwing, but it wasn't. But it's normally to. They usually love to go to Brody Viola on that. Their tight end.
Now it's a direct snap to Jones, and this time he hands it off to Temple inside. And there are 3. Oh, come on! That should be a penalty.
Referee. Okay.
Well, Hibbard, what happened there is that, and it's going to be the retaliation.
Yeah, Hibbard actually pushed the referee, and I'm not sure why there was no flag for pushing the referee.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely well after the whistle, that tackle, and I don't understand why there wasn't a flag to begin with.
The referee watched it the whole way and watched him take him down 15 yards behind where his forward momentum was stopped. There was no whistle. There was a whistle. There was no penalty flag. He then pushed the referee clear in the chest. Still no penalty flag. And then when Aiden McGowan came to protect his teammate, he got the flag. So this is twice we've seen that from the Deering players.
Yeah, they're going to have offsetting
It is
penalties.
offsetting.
Well, it's a passionate game when Deering and Portland get together, folks.
And we've seen it earlier in the year where tempers start to flare up like that. Portland just gets mad, and they start running over people. And I think this is what you're going to see. Look at this bunch formation right now. They got Jones in the backfield, everybody at the line.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 5, but Jones looks for some daylight, but he can't really find it. This time he's brought down by many players, Lomby in there first. And 4th and 5 with the ball on the 6, and Portland's going to go for it here. Thurston will come in and take the snap.
Yeah, they trust their defense down here to stop the Deering offense setup. If they don't get it, it's going to be a long field for Deering. Little confusion on the defensive side.
Yeah, and that could be a jump off sides. The Deering players pointing to Portland.
Yeah, it's interesting. Miles Hang did jump. Yeah, Miles Hang on the outside, wide receiver. Kind of got off the line a little early. That's going to back him up. Now it's going to be 4th and 10 at the 4th and 8 at the 10.
Thurston has 2 wide left, Jones wide on the right. And he looks to the left.
Oh, thrown.
Yeah. And folks, it's going to be a foot race here. And it's a good thing that Temple was out there because that is a pure and simply an interception by Joe Foley.
Yeah, that was thrown way too far inside. That was supposed to be an outbreaking route, and when the ball was thrown, it was thrown way too far inside, and Foley was just sitting there. That had to be led out at least 2 or 3 yards ahead of where it was.
So that was about a 23-yard return. And it'll be 1st and 10 now, Deering on the 38-yard line. And we're going to have a timeout. And we'll take one, too, with 10-10 left in the first half, and the score, Portland Bulldogs 6, Deering Rams nothing here on Turkey Day. So here we go, 1st and 10 Deering, under center this time, Latour.
So that play there is something Portland struggled with last week against Thornton Academy. You put the TA put 3 running backs in the backfield and quarterback under center, and then they kind of looked to the sideline, got the play call, and was able to figure out the direction based on where the defensive formation was. So that was very similar to what TA ran. So they're doing their homework here on Portland.
Yeah, that was a 4-yard pickup. I'm not sure if that wasn't Jack Karen maybe that had that carry. I think so, though. Yeah, we'll have a flag here. And it's
going to be a false start. Yeah. It's another pre-snap penalty on Deering. 2 people moved that time. They've had some trouble before the snap. A couple offsides calls. Now another pre-snap false start. That kind of play where it was snapped for the sack where nobody moved. So there's a lot of pre-snap stuff going on for Deering. This is uncharacteristic of a team that had 4 nice wins this year. However, they have been off for 2.5 weeks now after their last playoff loss versus Westbrook. So there might be some rust that they're going to try to kick off here.
It's going to be 2nd and 11. Ball placed in the, let's see. Well, there's movement there. This time it could have been thrown offsides.
Yeah, this is Portland.
So they get it. They get it back, as it'll be 2nd and 4.
So again, it was a long snap count. Everybody was in their stance for a long time, and Portland just got a little antsy there.
Ball's on the 43. Latour's in the gun. Hands it off to, chances are, Foley, who gets the first down. So about 9-yard carry there to get the first down.
Another good run for them. Got some good yardage up the field. Got a first down. After that interception return, what could have been, a Portland score, or at worst, turning over the ball on downs down at the 5-yard line. Big return, gets a first down, and Deering is on the Portland side of the field.
It's 1st and 10 from the 48. 3 in the backfield lined up. Boom. Now the handoff is to Foley. He's brought down by Brody Viola and some others on the far side, but it's another Deering first down.
Yeah.
Gets about an 11-yard gain.
Yeah, good pickup on the outside. Portland was stacking the middle, trying to force something to the outside, and when it happened, they just weren't able to control the edge there, and Foley was able to get outside, picked up good yardage now, and this is an impressive drive for Deering.
What's also impressive is the size of the crowd. It's not just the people in the stands across the way, but on our side here in Portland, and also standing up near the concession stand in the end zone. It is becoming a nice crowd here today, and that's great to see.
Absolutely.
1st and 10, ball on the 37.
Another pre-snap penalty. This is just uncharacteristic of the Portland team. They want to be more disciplined. They don't want to give up free yards to Deering. Yet that's another false start or offsides penalty. They're jumping early. Just not a good start for Portland. Other than the one long hitter to Hunter Temple, nothing doing. Defense has to come up and make a play here.
Oh, my goodness. That is a great stop by Miles Hang and Jack Karen. Nothing doing that time.
Yeah, pick up of about a yard. They saw it the whole way. Portland strung it out nicely to the outside. You thought for a second there that Deering had collapsed the edge, but those linebackers flowed to the ball very nicely, was able to make a tackle for minimal gain.
Second and 4, ball on the 31.
So there's that stop. There's that defensive play that you needed to kind of start to try to stop this drive. Now with second, it's still second and short though. Same formation.
Wow. Held on to the ball, and let's see who the first one in is who actually helps. It's Al-Kafaji who helps up the quarterback.
I'm not sure what that was because he kept the ball after the handoff with the 3 in the backfield. Maybe he was going to try to roll out to the left, and it just didn't look quite right. I'm not sure what happened there because I know one of those running backs was supposed to block Al-Kafaji on the edge.
Number 12 was in there as well. He plays quarterback and in the backfield, Jordan Tobias. 3rd and 5, ball on the 32.
Same formation again.
This time Latour back to throw, and he's going deep. Oh my goodness, just outside the outstretched arm of their receiver downfield, who, let's see. If he'll turn around, we'll get his number. I think that's Bobby Sanborn. But that was Pedro Lombi going deep. Yeah, it had to be.
He had a step on Temple on the outside, and he had a step on Jones, who was a little late coming over from his safety position. So the ball was there, just overthrown by about a foot or two. Good pressure
4th
again.
And 5, they're going for it.
Yeah, good pressure down the middle there. Was able to force an early throw. Nothing doing on the outside. Receiver was very well covered. Even had safety help coming over. You usually see Portland love to go man up there, but they did go man, but they brought the safety over, and they saw that the whole way.
1st and 10 now on the 32. There are 5 minutes and 12 seconds left, and my goodness.
Yeah. And McGowan tried to go up the middle, ran into the back of Miles Hang, which kind of threw off the time of everything on that play. The blocking then collapsed, and he tried to make something happen, ran backwards a little bit, loss of 5.
Cristiano Silva was in on that tackle along with Santino Cavallero. So a 5-yard loss from McGowan. 1,000-yard rusher this year for Portland. It'll be 2nd and 15. We have the screen out to the right side, and again, great during defense, and really in on that tackle first was Miles Hibbard.
Portland kind of going backwards here. They tried to get that little bubble screen out to Temple. You've seen him catch those all year, make something happen. This time the blocking just didn't quite do it, and good defense by Deering. They've watched some film. You could tell they've seen that one.
You get credit for a 3-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 12. Ball on the 27 now. Back to throw is Thurston. There's a nice throw to a wide open Cordell Jones. And he escapes the grasp of Hibbard and gets a touchdown. My goodness.
Great.
Louis Thurston and Cordell Jones teaming up, Dave.
Good throw. They had perfect timing. He saw the one-on-one coverage out there, and it was just a straight go route. Nothing fancy. It's just my speed versus yours. Had him beat off the line. Had about 3 yards on him before the ball got there. Had to slow down just a little bit because of the wind there. Held the ball up a little bit. But Jones is just too strong, and he's not going to be brought down by a shirt tail like that.
So a 73-yard touchdown pass to go along with his 72-yard touchdown pass for Thurston. This time to Jones. Last time it was to Temple. And here comes Bouchard. Up and through. So Bouch gets the extra point. It'll be 13-0. There'll be 3:40 left in the first half. So anyway, 3:40 left as we said. And it is 13-0. You know, you can't say that Deering hasn't been in this game.
No, they have been in this game. They've been right there. A couple of penalties, one way or the other, kind of make them, you know, either turn something short into something long. They just don't have this quick strike ability that Portland does. You know, we've seen it all year where Temple makes one person miss and is off to the races. We've seen Cordell do that a couple of times on big runs, not usually in the passing game.
That's a nice boot. And it is muffed and fallen on. Well, it's still loose. And it's going to be Portland ball.
Yeah, Pedro Lombi had hit him right in the chest. It bounced to the ground, and then he looked like he delayed for a second before trying to dive on it. Finally decided to dive on it, and for some reason just couldn't come up with it. I'm not sure. There was nobody there. He had plenty of time. I think he just kind of got a little excited and tried to, when he tried to grab it, it just bounced off his hands, and somehow Portland came away with it.
I think it was Colin High again, who's been really great on special teams today. He's another outstanding player of the first half. It'll be 1st and 10 Portland on the 20. We'll see if Portland can capitalize on the Rams' mistake. McGowan hesitates.
Ooh. Good hit.
Gets a nice 4-yard pickup.
Yeah, Joey Foley again.
Well, we knew we'd be calling his name a lot this game, and we spoke about it in the open. It'll be a 2nd and 6.
Keeper.
Thurston keeps it, goes to the right. Brought down by Hibbard. Stopped short. Well, no, it looks
they're
like
give him the first down.
Yeah, so it'll be 1st and goal.
So that's twice we've seen Thurston carry the ball, where we don't normally see that throughout the year. Al-Kafaji in the backfield now. Nope, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Cordell Jones brings it down to about the 2 or 1.
No, that was McGowan off to the left. So now they're going to go Wildcat again. Thurston comes off the field, replaced by Lissandro Rodriguez.
1st and goal, ball's on the 2. Jones will take the snap. He'll go up the middle, and he will get the touchdown. So he gets his second touchdown of the day, and Justin Bouchard will come in to kick. That was a huge mistake, an unfortunate circumstance.
Really was. Deering had if they recover that kick and just hold on to it, there's a pretty good chance that Portland doesn't see the ball again this half, or at least is going to be in bad position to try to put up more points. But real quick, 2 plays and they're in the end zone.
So it's a high snap, but it looks like Bush goes through, and it becomes a 20-0 Portland lead with 2 minutes left here in the first half. So Justin Bouchard set to kick off from the 40. Joe Foley is deep. Lined up at the 9-yard line. And it's an onside kick. And it is recovered by Miles Hang.
Oh, what a block by Benicio Collins-Rico. He's a senior. He plays just special teams, but he made the play. It was bouncing. He knew it wasn't his job to go after the ball. It was his job to knock off the receiver there, and he did a beautiful job.
So 1st and 10 Dogs with 2 minutes to go in the first half. They're not done yet. Ball's on the 44 of Deering.
4 wide. Throwback pass.
Whoa, just as he... Well, my goodness, there's absolutely a pass interference there. Foley did hold Hunter Temple.
Yeah, Joey Baker got the wide receiver screen, and they were going to try to have him throw downfield. The blocking didn't quite hold up, so he just launched it as hard as he could. Ball was underthrown. Temple saw it, was trying to come back for it, and was just held.
The question is it spotted at? It's not spotted at the spot of the foul.
No, it's a 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage.
Nevertheless, it's now on the 29-yard line as Portland moves up. They didn't lose much time. Still just under 2 minutes to go here.
I think a diamond in the far side.
Well,
same formation, different side.
No, and that's down on the ground.
Yeah, I didn't get out there. I'm wondering what that was going to actually be. If it was just a wide receiver screen or if it was going to be something special. But the ball just kind of fluttered out there, and McGowan just had to fall on it. I think they're going to rule it incomplete. Yeah, they are going to rule it incomplete.
And it hit the ground, so...
It was definitely a forward pass, so they were going to run. He was going to run, I guess, with the 3 blockers ahead of him.
Thurston now looking for a signal. 2nd and 10. Here comes Temple on the way through, and this time Thurston holds on to it. That is a nifty gain. He's brought down by Cristiano Silva.
We don't see it a lot, but that was just a simple. More penalty flags, more pushing and shoving.
And that was a 12-yard gain for Thurston. We'll see who that penalty's on.
Yeah, Cristiano Silva with a little slow getting up. Not running great off the field. Looks like maybe a little ankle got twisted. He looks like he'll be okay. Penalty flag on the field. We'll see what it is. Yeah. It's going to be on Portland.
It's a personal foul.
Yeah, there was some pushing and shoving after the play. So that's going to back them up 15 yards from the end of the run. So instead of looking to put more points on the board, now they're backed up down to the 32-yard line.
And we'll see whether it remains first down here.
So that was...
I guess we're going to have a... Looks like we're going to have a Portland timeout. Lots of the referees are calling, but the team isn't.
I think that was a Portland timeout, and they just didn't change the board. So this is going to... It's a dead ball foul, so the play stands. They get a first down, then it's 15 yards back from the end of the play, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Portland.
Scoreboard says 2nd and 10, but ball's on the 32, and 32 picks it up. Jones goes down and gets about a 6-yard gain.
So clock is ticking, 1:21. Portland is in a little hurry up here. See if they can put some more points before the end of the half.
Complete to Temple. Temple has some daylight. He jukes one, but he cannot get out of the grasp of Joe Foley. They do pick up a first down, however.
Yeah, and Portland is going to outgun hurry up. Louis Thurston doing a good job getting everybody into position quickly. Clock does stop while they move the chains.
There's a minute left here, folks. 1st and 10, ball on the 15. Rolling out right is Thurston looking for somebody. Throws it away.
Smartly. Smart play. Nothing doing down there. They had 2 receivers in the area. You had Brody Viola down there and Hunter Temple. Good coverage by the defense, and he rolled out, kept his eyes down the field, saw there was nothing doing running if he tried to keep it and run, and just threw it out of bounds, stops the clock. Portland 2nd down now at the 15.
52.2 seconds left in the first half. Thurston in the gun. And it'll be McGowan up the middle. Touchdown! A 15-yard touchdown run for Aiden McGowan. Gives the Dogs a 26-0 lead.
Good blocking on the line. Nothing fancy about that play, just a simple handoff. You run to the right side. You get behind your big offensive lineman. Colin Kelly was out there pushing. Anthony Tavares was out there. Riley Wilds at the center point, at the center position, doing a great job.
You know, you cannot make mistakes against this Portland team and not get punished for it. Bouchard is good again for his 3rd PAT of the game. So Portland, first they had that fumble, and then they had the onside kick recovery that has just resulted in another touchdown. And Portland marches on here with 46.5 seconds left in the first half.
That's a more traditional Portland drive where they just pick up chunks of yardage, 4, 5, 6 yards at a pop, and just trudge down the field and score. But they did it very quickly. They were very efficient there. There was no negative plays really, other than the one penalty that backed them up. Everything was going forward, kept it in 2nd and short, 2nd and medium, and they were able to convert easily.
So Bouchard set to kick off with Foley deep. This time he'll kick the line drive. It'll be picked up by Foley at the 20. And he's brought down first by Henry Spencer and also number 11, Benicio Collins-Rico.
Yeah, that's twice we've been able to call his name. Nice to call a senior on senior day. Doesn't get a lot of play time on the offense. Doesn't typically really see the field at tight end, but he is a core special teams player on all the units for special teams and is really making a presence felt to this today.
So Deering, 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line. There are 40.7 seconds left here in the first half. Latour surveys the defense. And we'll see. There's definitely movement. And we saw Tavares stepping, but it was a false start. So he was reacting to the false start.
He clapped his hands like it was his fault, but everyone on Portland kept pointing to the Deering side. So
there's an unselfish man right there. Isaac Alkafaji.
So another pre-snap penalty by Deering.
And 1st and 15, ball in the 32, 40.7 seconds left. Oh my gosh, nobody was fooled there. And in on that tackle first was Luis Rodriguez.
I'm going to call out Mustafa Muhammad there. He blew up. He blew up the left tackle there, and just was in the backfield before the running back could even make a cut.
So it's a 2-yard loss.
Muhammad's another senior. We get to call his name. That's going to do it for the half, Steve.
Well, the score is going to be 27-0 as the teams head into the locker room. And Dave and I will bring you the wrap-up of the first half in just a moment. So here we are at halftime, Dave. It's 27-0. The Dogs have had several shutouts in the last few years. And, of course, we haven't heard the last from Deering, I have a feeling. But what I can say is Portland has close to 250 total yards. Cordell Jones, 98 yards, including a 2-yard touchdown run and a 73-yard touchdown reception. Aiden McGowan, 52 yards, including a 15-yard touchdown run. Hunter Temple, 99 yards, including a 72-yard reception. And in that whole mix, of course, is Louis Thurston with touchdown passes of 22 yards and 73 yards and a nice 17 and 12-yard pickup and a 17-yard pass as well. So a very well-balanced and creative Portland first half.
Yeah, they really came out a little bit slow. It wasn't looking like a normal Portland team. Maybe a little bit of a hangover from last week when they lost the game, but they have since really turned it on. You had the quick strike to Hunter Temple that went for 72, the Cordell Jones bomb for 73, and then he's been doing it with his feet too. So Louis Thurston really is doing a little bit of everything this week, leading the offense. You could see that 2-minute drive at the end of the half was beautifully run. He kept everyone calm. He kept everybody coordinated. He got the play call very quickly, communicated to his team. He has really stepped up in this game and shown why he could be a great quarterback.
He's got over 172 yards passing so far and 2 touchdowns as well. It should be an exciting second half. We certainly hope so. And we're going to bring it to you next on WPPS TV3. So we're getting ready for second half action here at Fitzpatrick Stadium. 27-0 is how we start the second half.
So this is almost worst case scenario for Deering. Portland deferred. Oh, little onside kick. And they might have recovered. Beautifully.
Yeah, they do.
Beautiful thought there. They came out, they were in a bunch formation in the middle of the field like they were talking about the play in a huddle, and they quickly ran to the ball, kicked it forward, and Portland was just caught napping. They weren't quite ready, went off the hands of one of the up men, and Portland just could not recover. Great way to start this game for Deering, or great half for Deering.
I'm not sure, but I know that number 18, Christian Rincon, was one that was in, and he could have had that recovery. It's 1st and 10 now, the ball on the 46-yard line of the Dogs. Latour will line up under center, 3 in the backfield. We've seen this several times this game. And the handoff goes to DeWeaver, and he's going to pick up about 5.5 yards on that.
Yeah, good quick hitter to the outside. They were able to collapse the line. You actually have 2 lead blockers in the backfield, essentially a fullback and an H-back, kind of leading the running back around the edge, able to pick up a solid 6 yards.
And gets the credit for just one under that. 2nd and 5, ball on the 41. And they're going to stick with what worked, as Latour will line up under center. And there's a jump. Spencer thinks it's his fault.
Yeah, that's going to be. They are going to call it offsides. I thought there was movement on the Deering line, but it maybe came after the movement from Portland. And again, another pre-snap penalty for both teams.
So the first penalty of the second half, Portland had, I think, 6 penalties in the first half, and Deering had 7, and included in that was the offsetting, unsportsmanlike on both sides. So 1st and 10, ball on the 36, is a fumble, and I think recovered by Latour, and boy, it's a good thing, you know, when you're laying there and Henry Spencer gets on top of you, and Al-Kafaji and those others, my goodness.
Yeah, they got some big kids here, and you're replacing right now. You have a little substitution coming out is Anthony Tavares, who is a 6'2", 300-pound junior, and you're replacing him with somebody like Mustafa Muhammad, who is a 6'1", 260-pound senior. So they've got some big boys on this front line.
There's a 1-yard loss. It's 2nd and 11, ball on the 38-yard line. Latour back to throw.
Good time.
He's got a lot of time, but ultimately could not escape Louis Rodriguez.
Yeah, Lissandro Rodriguez came right in, and he was actually blocked on the edge, and he had plenty of time to make the throw, but wasn't able to find anyone open downfield. The defensive backs really did their job, clamped down on the receivers, and when he tried to scramble and take a step up, Rodriguez was just able to beat his block and come on and lay the wood right there.
Became an 8-yard loss, so it'll be 2nd and 19 here. Ball on the 45-yard line. 3rd and 19. I'm going to stop looking at that scoreboard, Dave. So in the shotgun is Latour. Hands it off to Foley. There's a penalty flag.
That came out awfully quick, so it's either offsides in defense where they lined up offsides or an illegal formation on Deering. I'm going to bet it's on Deering.
And actually, Latour had held on to that.
Yeah, they look like if it's on Deering, they're going to take the play, decline the penalty, and bring up 4th and a bundle.
Yeah, it's going to be about 4th and a dozen here. About 7-yard pickup there.
Down 27-0. I'm kind of surprised that they're going to punt, but I guess they don't want to give Portland this good of field position.
So Foley will be punting. Hunter Temple will be deep.
That came off the side of his foot.
And Portland, the ball will be spotted at the 21-yard line. While Portland will take over 1st and 10. A beautiful day here today, 47 degrees and sunny. A very nice crowd here today, Dave. So Thurston in the gun. McGowan surrounded by 6 Rams. First in may have been Pedro Lombi, as he's been all day.
Yeah, we've been calling his name all night, all day long here. He's a very good defensive player, all over the field. Very athletic kid, moves around well, reads the play very well.
So 2nd and 10, no gain. This time it's a pitch to McGowan, and then he looks the other way, and he runs into number 75, Deshaun Lamore.
Yeah, the reason he was looking the other way is because Joey Foley saw that play the whole way and forced the play back inside after you had a 4-yard gain there.
So 3rd and 1 here.
So the line kind of pushed everybody up the middle, but the run came to the outside. They were able to pick up a couple yards for the first down, and the drive continues.
That's Lisandro Rodriguez with the gain there to get the first down. It's about a few-yard pickup. 1st and 10. The ball is on the 32-yard line. Thurston has Jones in the backfield with him, as well as McGowan. And Thurston is
wide open.
Throw. He's got wide open. Hunter Temple just outside the outstretched arms of Hunter Temple.
He led him just a little bit too much. Temple was open by 5 yards, wide open down the field, just overthrew him a little bit. Tough to overthrow a kid that fast.
So here's Temple, and he shakes, excuse me, let's see who that is. That's McGowan. He shook off one tackle. We're joined by Ben Levine, great lineman for Steve? Portland High School over the years, and just graduated from, is it Carleton?
Carleton College, yep.
Carleton College, where he played football for the team. They had a great team, and last year, I think, especially a really good run while you were playing, and were undefeated for several games going into the year.
Hey, always a Bulldog, though.
I love that. Thurston on the right side now, and to McGowan. McGowan will pick up about 5 on it on forward progress. It'll be 4th and 5, probably a punting situation. Ben, tell us a little bit about the experience of playing in college. You're one of the few of the great Portland team that actually went on to play in college.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different. It's funny now, we were just talking as I was walking in the stadium. You can see the new Portland coaches are calling plays of the boards and hand signals. Yeah. And that's something that's very new. But yeah, college football, I think the biggest thing, I mean, everyone knows it's different physically, but just the mental side of things. You know, the amount of plays and coverages, I was a cornerback. And, deep ball here.
Yeah, Thurston is going for Jones just outside his outstretched hands. And so Portland went for it, though, 4th and 6, and now they're backed up on the 30. You know, Deering takes over on the 36-yard line.
Trusted defense, I guess, right?
I guess they do. And, you know, Ben, you were known as one of the smartest players on the team. You didn't have, although you look pretty big right now, but you didn't have tremendous size, but you were really the smartest lineman out there. And you carried it all the way through to a college career. And tell us what you're doing now. I understand you're in Washington, D.C.
Yep, I'm down in Washington, D.C. I'm working in public relations, communications.
That's
really
great.
Enjoying it.
So we'll see what Deering can do here. 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line. Their best field position of the day to start a drive. Latour is under center. He's got 3 in the backfield. That's been working for Deering today. And he'll give it to the first through Zeke DeWeaver.
And that's interesting. That's the formation that I think Thornton Academy used last week with the 3 down backs.
You're absolutely correct, and that perplexed the Portland defense in that game, and it was a very creative move. Clearly, Deering, as your dad has said earlier, has been watching film.
Oh, yeah. I remember when we played, Deering would always steal plays from other teams that did well against us. It's funny, playing at the end of the year, it's always kind of a adjustment process because you have so much film against, the other team knows so much about you and you know so much about the other team. It's interesting to see what comes out of it.
It's 2nd and 8 now, the ball on the 34-yard line in the gun. And Foley will bowl over a few, but ultimately he'll get wrapped up by Anthony LeBoy. He doesn't quite pick up the first down. So you've played in how many Thanksgiving Day games, Ben?
I played in 3. I was hurt in 2017, but I played, 2014, 15, and 18.
And what does it mean to the teams to play? I mean, it's an exhibition game, but it's the only game against a crosstown rival, really, in the last several years.
Yeah, I'll say certainly doesn't feel like an exhibition game. Both teams go out there. You want to beat them. The rivalry, it's one of the longest rivalries in high school sports, if I'm not mistaken. So
you're absolutely correct.
It means a lot.
Yeah, so that was just kind of a mixed-up play there as DeWeaver just didn't get started with Temple on him. And it becomes 4th and 4 now with the ball on the 30. I mean, and that's really something to get to say that. Today is the 111th playing of this game, and you get to say, hey, I played in that game, and not just once or twice, but 3 times, and you were integral in those games as well.
And I got to say, I'm impressed with the turnout. I remember when I was in high school, we had, questions every year of like, oh, is there going to be another game? Do people want to come? And so I'm glad to see the stands pretty full today.
So 4th and 4, Deering goes for it. And Foley is just wrapped up right away by Lisandro Rodriguez. He and Anthony Tavares are cousins who have come up from Lowell, Massachusetts this year and live together.
Yeah, I have some good sideline info I learned walking into the stadium today. I believe, who is it? Their defensive end, number 52 usually. That's Isaac.
Isaac Al-Kafaji's number 7 today.
They're trying to get him a touchdown.
They did.
Oh, really?
They actually did in the first half,
that's
but
awesome.
he didn't. It was overthrown, but that's exactly what happened. So it's good to have the inside information. We could have sounded like fortune tellers if we had talked with you earlier. And that looks like it's going to be Temple. There's
ball's out.
Well, let's see. There's also tempers flaring. We'll see what happened. It looks like it. Let's see. There's no indication yet. Well, I guess it's going to be.
It seems like the same groups out there.
Yeah, I guess it's going to be Portland ball. And as what we're going to see, what we thought we were going to see is Cordell Jones far, but he's instead lined up far right. He has come in this year from Gorham and really has had a tremendous year for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he's a great player. Watched him in the state game, and I was very impressed.
So now it looks like the indication is that, well, we just don't know yet. That maybe it was a fumble. And Deering it was a fumble because here comes Latour. So it was a late call, but nevertheless, the call is that Deering recovered the fumble, so it'll be 1st and 10 on the 34. And they get another 3 or 4 tries here to try to put it in or at least get a first down and keep going. Latour holds on to it. He's swarmed by a lot of Bulldogs led by Anthony LeBoy.
anything about football.
And we're joined by Zach Elowich, I believe the all-time leading rusher of Portland High School football. And Zach, of course, it's great to see you. You were a Gator, Florida Gator, and you must have enjoyed that experience going to a D1 school.
Yeah, I appreciate that glowing intro there. I don't know if I'm quite the all-time leader. I had a pretty great year there my last go, but I think there's a lot of great running backs that might have something to say about that. But yeah, I loved going down to Florida. It was great being around such a passionate football community down there. Every Saturday is just unbelievable. Being around that SEC game day culture is really something that you don't get a lot of other places.
I think maybe what you did though is you at least are the all-time season rusher for the season that you ran. And did you remember how many yards you got that season? Was it 2,000?
I think I did. I think I did hit that mark. I'm not sure what the exact number was, but I think that could be true. The single season mark might be one that I have.
Yeah, and also a state championship wrestler as well. And have you graduated? You're now in graduate school?
I'm in graduate school down there. Yeah, I'm getting my master's. I'm in my 5th year down there, getting my master's in real estate, and we'll be finishing that up in the spring, and looking for just positions down there in Florida.
Okay, so we can't put out the word in Portland, Maine for you, right? Unless anybody from Florida is watching this, which is possible, since our games are also on YouTube.
Absolutely. I'm sure there's a massive following down there, and if there's not, there should be, of this great tradition. But yeah, no, I'll definitely could see myself coming up here down the line, but for the time being, at least for the next few years, I'm gonna hopefully be staying down there.
It's a little warmer.
A little bit, yeah, which certainly nothing to complain about. Definitely a big draw down there. I think it's probably 70 degrees down there right now in Gainesville where I'm at. But it's nice coming back up here and being reminded what real cold is like. I can't stand watching all the Floridians walk around in 65 degrees, putting sweatshirts on and complain about how cold it is.
It was a 1st and 10, and Anthony Tavares was in on that tackle first. Nothing doing there. I want to ask you, as I asked Ben Levine as well, Zach, what does it mean to play? I think you probably played in at least 3 Thanksgiving Day Classics. What does it mean to play in this game? I mean, it is an exhibition game, but it's against your crosstown rival. It's a crosstown rival. It's one of the longest played games in the United States. Today's the 111th Thanksgiving Day Classic. What does it mean to play in that game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it means a lot. It's one of the longest standing traditions in high school football, going back, over 100 years. There's just so much history with this game. And for us, when we were here, they actually had just switched the divisions so that we weren't in the same division as Deering anymore. So this became the only time that we did play them throughout the course of the year, and it just made it mean so much more. Being the only time that you play those rivals, you really want to win that game and be the controller of the city. But yeah, it's great having that culture. A lot of people usually come back for it, alumni, and kind of reconnect. It does a lot for the community and a lot for the school.
Well, we thank you very much. It's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter where the Bulldogs are in front, 27-0. 4th quarter action momentarily. Here we go, folks. We're going to start 4th quarter action. It's 3rd and 10 now. Ball's on the 22-yard line. Latour will hand off to Foley, and the Dogs have solved Joe Foley here, it seems. There were several in on that tackle first. Al-Kafaji right there. I keep wanting to say Colin Lannon because he, all year long, has been number 7, but They mixed it up a little bit today. As Ben Levine said, he knew that they were going to throw that pass to Al-Kafaji and try to get him a touchdown, Dave, and they darn near did it.
Yeah, that's why they changed his number. Number 7 is an eligible position, so he doesn't have to report every time he comes in. If he does come in on the offense, he can just go out there and play. And with Landon being out today or away today, he just took that jersey, and that's why he's playing it. You saw them try to give Braden Wales a chance at the goal line there. I'm guessing you're going to see more of it later.
And it's 4th and 9 now, and again, the handoff is to Foley, and once again is Al-Kafaji in there, along with Anthony LeBoy, whose name we've been calling a lot today, Dave.
Yeah, we have. Anthony LeBoy's been good. And here, look at the offense here. All your big guys are coming out. This is a completely different offensive backfield. You still got Louis Thurston back there, but different offensive players now on the field. Hunter Temple is wide to the right, but Joey Baker is wide to the left.
And the ball comes to, is it Braden Wales in there? Yeah,
Braden
he bounces
Wales.
off of a couple of tacklers. It's going to be hard to bring him down, and ultimately he's going to get about 3 yards on that carry.
Yeah, Braden doesn't get the ball a lot, doesn't get to touch the ball. If he does, it's something crazy on the defense. He did come up with a pick or two this year, but when he's got the ball in his hands, he's going to go hard. So they just sub him back out.
And now we have Rodriguez in the backfield. Temple lined up wide left. So many different looks the Portland Bulldogs will give you in the course of a game. And it'll be up the middle for Rodriguez, and he is swarmed by a gaggle of daring Rams. And in first might be Cavallero, and there are many others as well.
Yeah, Rodriguez had just a couple touches this year, not many, and then he's now he's gonna give way. Nope. Joey Baker comes out, and Jones is back in. So Rodriguez is still in the backfield.
3rd and 8, ball on the 20. I'll call it a long 7. And there you go. First down pass to Cordell Jones. He's brought down by Miles Hibbard, whose name we've been calling all day. And that was about an 11-yard pickup.
That's right there is a perfect example of Louis Thurston growing this year. He rolled out to the right, looking deep downfield, nothing doing downfield. He saw he saw Jones in the who had ran a little checkup route just past the line of scrimmage, or just last the first down, and was able to hit him and just came off his primary receiver.
Flea flicker. Here we go. Temple is open. And he'll bring it down to the 25-yard line. A little trickery, Dave.
Yep, they were gonna do things like this. You knew they were gonna run some trick plays. Flea flicker, they hadn't brought that out all year. When you have an offensive line like this, a little handoff up the middle sucks in the linebackers, and Hunter Temple just took off downfield and was open again. Good throw by Thurston, hit him right in the numbers. Was able to pick up a big game.
But a 45-yard completion. It's 1st and 10 for the Dogs at the 25.
That's going to put Thurston well over 200 for the game.
In the backfield is LeBoy. And he's got the ball. And he's going to be very hard to bring down. He gets a first down.
6 foot, 230-pound Anthony LeBoy.
You know, it is so fun to watch, and it has been all year long, to watch this Portland team and the creative plays that Coach Green and company call. Really amazing.
Yeah, the whole team was happy. He got his one carry. That's all they wanted to do with him. And here comes Al-Kafaji back on the offense.
The Deering coaches are Brendan Scully. The assistants are Joseph Foley, Justin Bisson, Leon Smith, and Kevin Nash.
All right, Owen Swanson in the backfield. There we go.
And brought down by Dylan Graney, the one-leg tackle.
So they brought Owen Swanson in for the one play. Al-Kafaji comes out. Lissandro Rodriguez is coming out.
It's 27-0 with 7.5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter.
It's going to be Colin High's turn this time. Nope. They're moving Colin back into tackle.
This time it's Braden Wills. He stops and, well, he couldn't get out of the grasp of Pedro Lombi and company.
Yeah, they were just trying like heck to get him into the end zone.
There's a Deering player down. And we'll have to see who that is.
Yeah.
Everybody takes a knee, and we'll take a timeout. Okay, so going off the field under his own power, we believe, is Garnett Balulu, the junior tackle. It'll be 3rd and 6 now, the ball on the 10. Thurston lines up in the gun with one next to him. Wales. And
throwback.
Temple back to Thurston.
Oh.
They're pulling out all the stops today.
So Temple had the ball. He looks back. They tried to sneak Thurston out into the flat there. He was there. Ball needed to be a little bit higher and kind of lofted in. Again, Temple's got a good arm. We've seen him throw a couple times this year. Completed a couple of those passes.
So it's going to be 4th and 6. The ball on the 10. The Dogs will go for it.
All the razzle-dazzle.
Absolutely. David Copperfield out there, Sean Green and company. Let's see.
Changing the play.
Thurston rolls right. Yeah, and
nothing doing there. They were looking in the end zone. They had 3 receivers down in that kind of area. They rolled out to kind of shrink the field a little bit. You snuck out Brody Viola from the tight end position. Jones and Temple were also kind of down there, but Deering's defense was just too good. Nothing doing. Looked to try to find somebody, couldn't do anything, and then just decided to run the ball, see if he could get a first down running it.
He brought it down to the 13, so, pinned back in their own zone will be Deering, but Joey Foley and company were in on that stop. Latour is in the gun. He's got one in the backfield with him, and he hands it off to him. But Spencer and Wales in on that tackle. As was Tavares. Free substitutions today here.
Yeah, another substitution. Royez gets on the field. He's a senior. He plays nose tackle, defensive tackle.
So we're going to take a timeout with just under 6 minutes to go. 27-0 is the score. The Dogs in front. So we're back after the timeout. 2nd and 7. The ball is on the 16-yard line. Coach Scully has a word with his team. Foley. It takes a few to bring him down. We see Joey Baker, Aiden McGowan, and Isaac Alkafaji.
Third and 1, I can see Deering just wanting to get a first down and just keep the clock moving.
And frankly, they want to get on the board. I'm sure that they would prefer not to be shut out here today for the 2nd year in a row.
So they brought in Douglas Majano at the nose tackle, and he is ready in the starter's block to come after this.
Yeah, they get the first down.
Boy, did he do his job, too. They ran away from him, but he had penetration in the backfield.
So Foley gets about 4 on that, gets the first down. It's 1st and 10 with the ball on the 29-yard line.
Devin Hall coming now onto the field, replacing Benicio Collins-Rico.
Just under 5 minutes to go, folks, in this 111th Thanksgiving Day Classic. So Latour pitched that to Jordan DeBias, and he was brought down by several Bulldogs. I believe Joey Baker was one in there, coming in from the backfield. There's another substitution here as Douglas Majano will check out.
Good to see the coaches keeping an eye on the seldom used players and get them some quality defensive time out here.
2nd and 8, ball in the 31. Foley in motion and gets 1. Or actually, he gets none. No gain. So 3rd and 8. With 3 minutes and 17 seconds left, I mean, they're going to go for it if they don't get it now.
Yeah, they want to pick up 5 or 6 yards here and try to make this a manageable 4th down.
But Latour is going to go over the middle. Oh, my goodness. And his receiver, Pedro Lombi, had wanted it just a little bit out in front, but goes through his hands.
Lombi turned his head back to the quarterback a little bit late. That pass came out just before he was ready for it. So he just couldn't get his hands on it. It was a nice slant pattern. He was open. He had him, hit him right where he wanted to, and just couldn't get his head around. Just didn't get his head around quick enough to see it.
And they will punt. And it'll take a Deering bounce, and it'll end up on the 29-yard line where the Dogs will take over with just under 3 minutes left in this contest. So we're back, and who's lined up in the backfield now, Dave?
Henry Spencer. You got your offensive lineman in the backfield. He's getting the ball, and there it is. And he gets
1 or 2.
He gets positive yardage. That's all that matters for the big lineman. It's always a treat to see big guys with the ball. We'll see who else is going to sub in. There's been a couple other players mentioned. Here comes Al-Kafaji again on the offense. He's going to come in at tight end for Brody Viola.
So 2 yards rushing, he gets credit for that, Spencer.
Play
Back to
action,
throw.
they're looking for him. They wanted to throw it deep.
He gets it to Jones. A nifty completion of about 10 yards.
Yeah, they released Al-Kafaji from the tight end position and wanted to go downfield to him. Pressure was too much, so we couldn't get it there. Instead, took the dump off. Well, not really a dump off. That was a good 12-yard completion to Jones. Hit him right where he wanted to. Gets the first down, and the Dogs continue to move. 1:57 on the clock now.
Ball in the 43.
And there's Al-Kafaji. They tried throwing it into him a couple times. He gets 2 yards, so his name goes down in the books too.
They are really pulling out all the stops here today.
Yeah, we'll see who's coming back in now. We've got can't see who's going to line up in the backfield now. We got a 50 number in the backfield. I can't see quite who that is. So that's Chris Gillies now in the backfield. He's going to get the handoff. And there it is. Oh, breaks it outside.
Oh, my goodness. He's going to pick up about 3 on that.
He's the center, and Mustafa Muhammad is coming in for the last handoff of the game. Here it comes. Everybody on the field knows it's going to him. 6'1", 260-pound running back here, Steve. And there it is.
He goes up the middle, rumbles and stumbles, but he's got Foley in on it and Lomby as well.
Hey, he's got 2 yards. Portland is calling timeout here to see if they need to get anybody else the ball.
We saw Coach
And
Green,
Regan Buck is coming onto the field. He's going to take the final knee.
Well, that's terrific, folks.
That is a great way to end his career. He got hurt earlier in the year, wasn't cleared by medical to play, but they're going to bring him in with 6 seconds to go. They're going to give him the final kneel down.
If they even get the playoff,
No,
though.
they're going to call. They just called timeout with 1 second to go. They're purposely taking this snap in a victory formation.
Well, they're
kind of
lined up to punt.
They're kind of in a punt formation, but this is going to be a snap to Regan. He's just going to take a knee. They don't have an under center snap, Steve, so this is their victory formation.
So that's going to do it for the 111th Thanksgiving Day Classic, where the Bulldogs win 27-0, and we're going to wrap up in just a moment. So we're going to do a relatively quick wrap-up today, Dave. The 111th playing of the Thanksgiving Day Classic. The Dogs won 27-0. There are going to be some awards given, which will be very nice to see as well. But the Dogs really put it all together today, and it was really a Portland Bulldog victory through and through.
Through and through, it was great to see all the seniors on the offense at the end. Everyone got a carry. Everyone seemed to carry for 2 yards. But this was really really the coming out party for Louis Thurston. He controlled this game from beginning to end, threw for well over 200 yards, strike after strike, hit a couple big plays, and he was in complete command of this offense. And honestly, the line was great, the backfield was great, the defense was great. You pitch a shutout in the Turkey Day game, what else could you want?
Nothing more than that. And so we're going to end it, I think, by taking the traditional bite of turkey. And Dave and I have really enjoyed this year, folks, and we've enjoyed having Jeremiah and Jack and others help us on camera. And we're very appreciative of the support that we've had from the coaches as well, including, of course, Coach Green, but Nick Cleach has really just provided us with so much information this year, has made it so great for us to really bring you these broadcasts. Of course, we thank our producer and director, Henry Guillot, as well. And all in all, a very, very good season for the Portland Bulldogs as they ended up at, I think, 11-1 for the year. And that's going to do it from Fitzpatrick Stadium. Steve Schwartz and Dave Levine, for all of our great camera people, and Jeremiah Spradley today, and Ben Levine and Zach Elowich as well today, saying so long from Fitzpatrick Stadium, where the Bulldogs are victorious in the 111th Thanksgiving Day game. Happy Thanksgiving. So we're going to take a look at who gets the James Bank Unsung Hero Trophy.
The recipient of the Vincent N. Allen Oppenheimer Trustees Player Award today was number 19, Hunter Temple.
So Hunter Temple gets the Vinnie Allen Trophy after Joey Foley got the Merv Kilgore Trophy. So those are the respective MVPs of the game.